Hello everybody, I am TorridTalksAbout, your online hotspot where you find out what's hot and what is not. Okay, today, just for the sake of it and because I'm so totally excited for this movie, I'm going to be talking about the upcoming film for this summer, Transformers: Age of Extinction. Now, for all those of you out there who don't like the Transformers movies, well, then don't bother commenting about how much you hate the movie and how wrong I am and for all my views and all that stuff. You're just wasting your time. I'll be doing my own video on Bay haters eventually. You have been warned. So in the meantime, do not get on my bad side or I'll have something bad to say about you. So, yeah, with all the hostility out of the way for now, yeah, let's just totally get into the movie and stuff, because this is going to be really awesome, man. Okay, so first off, we have the new Optimus Prime. Now, I admit, at first, I wasn't too cool with how Optimus looked, but then I actually I looked at it quite a bit, and I still wasn't cool with it at first, but then, you know what, I just sort of got with it. I mean, I began to realize, yeah, this is actually kind of cool. I mean, sure, it's not what I would expect from Optimus, but okay, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And, while I was kind of disappointed that they just sort of second-handed how his swords worked in Dark of the Moon, and I was also kind of disappointed that he wouldn't be wielding the Energon swords in this movie either, but here it seems he's got a brand new sword that, although it's an Energon sword, which is kind of a bummer, he does in fact have an Excalibur-like sword, and that is majorly awesome. One of the things I would want for an upgraded Optimus Prime, or at least a combo Super Mega Optimus Prime, would be for him to have an Excalibur-style sword. And, well, yeah, and that's exactly what I'm getting. So, it's sort of like fan service, at least on my part. And I think it looks majorly cool. I am kind of disappointed that the windshield chest armor thing, it won't be reused, but then again, I have to realize that, yes, it's a very impractical design and probably wouldn't really work. So, while I will miss that design aesthetic, it didn't really serve much of a purpose to begin with, and it's just more of a nitpick, if anything. A tiny nitpick. And so then we still have Bumblebee, and it looks like the only real difference they're going for with him is that his angles look more sharp and he looks more high-tech. He looks more like some dude from the future or future Bumblebee, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, apparently he also has these wheel things on his back that oh jeez, I don't know. Maybe they work as Ninja Star discs or something. I don't know. They look really deadly and stuff, but they also look really cool. It doesn't really look like he's changed too much. He's just changed his vehicle form again, and now changed his a little bit of his outer form. He's still recognizable as Bumblebee, but now he's different. He's ready. He's raring for a new trilogy. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then we have the three new Autobots. But first, let's get out of the way that I did hear, apparently, Reno Wilson was on Twitter or something, and he said that he was doing voice work for Brains, so that means Wheelie and Brains could possibly return, and that's pretty cool. I actually like the characters of Wheelie and Brains. If you didn't, well, shut up. Although, this is also might be an unfortunate bit of news, because it just means that we could hear a few bits of dialogue from Brains before he's killed by government agents or whatnot, because in the trailer it does look like Ratchet is being hunted down and killed, which is a major bummer because I wanted to see more character development from Ratchet in the film series. But oh well, I mean, I was majorly bummed out by the death of the Ironhide, but they did that so well and so effectively that, yeah, sure, Ironhide's dead, that's a major bummer, but it still works. It still works. And Ratchet, I just hope that he goes out with the same dignity that Ironhide went out with, and that it's done really well and used really well. So okay, now on to the new Autobots. So the first major Autobot besides Bumblebee and Optimus to be released was Hound. Now, of course, a lot of fans wanted to see Hound but never got Hound, and now Hound is here, so yay! Hound, the military guy, the general, the major grand hoopla, whatever. Jeez. Anyway, so yeah. So Hound is back, so Hound is here, and he's like this major military truck or something, and he has like facial hair, a beard or something, or is a beard as robots go? I don't know. But he's also like extremely bulky. I mean, he totally looks like Bulkhead. There is no getting around this. He's so Bulkhead. But honestly, another thing I wanted to see in this film was Bulkhead. And I'm getting Bulkhead. I also wanted to see Hound, and you know what? I'm getting both, and that's totally cool. So it looks like we're going to get a cross between the seasoned warrior that Hound is and the lovable guy that Bulkhead is, and I'm game for that, man. I'm totally game for that. So let's see, and the next one we have is the Autobot Drift, I think. Is his name Drift? I need to check. Yep, it's Drift. Alright, Autobot Drift is like a samurai. I mean, I'm not kidding. If you can see the visual, yeah, he's totally a samurai. He's got like everything. A crafted samurai mask, samurai helmet, samurai armor, samurai sword sticking out of his back. I mean, yeah. And another thing I heard is that one of the robots only speaks Mandarin. And guess who that is? I mean, it hasn't been officially stated yet, but I think that's because it's so obvious it doesn't need to be said. So, yeah, totally cool, man. Oh, that's another thing I wanted for this movie was for a robot to speak only an Asian language. Now, of course, I kind of wanted it to be like another Brains type character, and that would be like the only language that character knew, but this works too. I mean, really, yeah. That works even more, actually, than a Brains type character. And I think it just adds a little bit more diversity to the Autobot team currently, to have, like, one robot who speaks only one language. Coincidentally, for this Brains type character I wanted who only speaks one Asian language, I'd also wanted it to be another turncoat Decepticon. And that's exactly what Drift is. I mean, it's like Bay and the writers are totally reading my mind here. They're giving me exactly what I wanted. Not the way I thought I wanted it, but a way that I really do want as is. And, oh man, I am so into this. I cannot wait to see this movie. I'm not even done with the characters yet. And then we have Crosshairs. And apparently he's like the weapons manufacturer now for the team or something. He's sort of a scientist type. And I'm just gonna come out and say it. He looks like a time traveler. I mean, seriously, look at the visual. He's got goggles. He's got like this lab coat aesthetic in his armor design, and for heaven's sake, he looks like a time traveler. Holy cow, that is so cool. So we have like King Arthur Optimus Prime, futuristic Stinger Bumblebee, Samurai Drift, Bulkhead Hound, and and Doctor Who Crosshairs. Man, this is so awesome. And it seems like they're getting more personality and more of a flow pattern of the personalities into their design work. So the thing they did with the Transformers animated designs, and that's also pretty cool because I really like Transformers animated. It's my favorite Transformers show, even more than Armada or Prime. It was just more imaginative like that. So already, I mean, I have no idea who's voicing these characters apart from, Peter Cullen as Optimus, and that's basically it. But already we have so much potential with these characters, and it looks like we're just going to have a blast. Also, I think it's very possible that Crosshairs will have a British accent. I don't know why, but it just seems so fitting, given how I look at this guy and I can't stop thinking Doctor Who. Wow. That's really awesome. But we're not even done with the Autobots yet. We'll get to the Decepticons later. I don't know how many Decepticons there are actually going to be. Maybe some or maybe none. I have no idea yet. So, who are the rest of the Autobots? The Dinobots. Oh yeah, the Dinobots. We've been asking for the Dinobots like forever, and now we're finally getting Dinobots. Tell me, That's not something awesome. So the first Dinobot obviously is the classic, the king of the beasts, the Tyrannosaurus Rex of the Transformers world, literally Grimlock. Grimlock smash. Grimlock breathe fire. Grimlock find the end movie. Yeah, pan Michael Bay all you want, but you cannot deny that Grimlock in this movie is really awesome. So I mean, he's like totally there. He's totally badass stuff, man. He breathes fire, he transforms, he does all that stuff. He sounds like old Grimlock, but this one's even better because he's actually like 4 times the size of Optimus. I mean, seriously, Optimus rides him like Mario rides Yoshi, only on a much more epic scale. Mario, thou hast been Megatron. Seriously. This is cool, man. And I cannot keep repeating this enough. The Dinobots are going to be in the movie series. We know, we've seen this. This is cool. And it's like not just Grimlock. We also have Dinobot Slash. I think it's a Velociraptor. I can't be sure. My Dino 101 sucks. And then we have Scorn. I have no idea what dinosaur this is supposed to be, but it just looks cool. Looks like just as terrifying as Slash, Scorn. Maybe they're twins. Who knows? And then we have Slug, who's the Triceratops. I mean, that's like the only original Dinobot design. Oh, who cares? You know what? Slug looks like he can legitimately kill. He doesn't look like a herbivore anymore. He looks like he can kill. Actually, I think his original name was Sludge. That's another thing. They seem to have changed most of the Dinobot names. It was originally, I think, what was it? I don't remember. It was a Grimlock, Snarl, Grimlock, Sludge, Slag, Snarl, and Swoop. Now, obviously, the names have been changed, possibly to sound more cool. Or maybe they were changed by somebody else. Maybe they were changed by the human characters. I have no idea. But then we have the final Dinobot, Strafe. Strafe is like the biggest change of them all. Even more than Scorn and Slash. But whatever, I'm totally cool with it. So, Strafe is essentially the Bayverse equivalent of Swoop. I have no problem with this. I have no problem with the fact that Strafe has 2 heads. I don't know why Strafe has 2 heads, if apparently they don't turn into his arms or legs or anything. Or why he has 2 tails, but I'm game with it. It's pretty cool looking. And apparently, Strafe is going to be, like, allied with Bumblebee the same way Grimlock is allied with Optimus Prime. And that's pretty cool. So, yeah. Let me just spell out what it looks like for you. Optimus is riding a 5-story Tyrannosaurus Rex that breathes fire, and Bumblebee is riding a 2-headed pterodactyl that does who the heck knows what. Oh man. I probably ranted on this. Oh no, wait. I probably yacked on about this for long enough, but hey, the video is called TorridTalksAbout, so you wanted to watch this thing, alright? So what are you complaining about? I don't know. And then let's move on to the Decepticons. We don't know exactly how many Decepticons there are going to be. We only know 3 so far. The first is Galvatron. Now, obviously, this is going to be Megatron reformatted. Possibly his dead body from the last film taken and reformatted into the Galvatron fighter robot who appears in the movie. Now, according to the trailer, Galvatron gets taken out easily by Optimus, but then his butt is saved, but when this Decepticon Lockdown comes in and takes Optimus away or something. I don't know, really. The movie isn't out yet, so I don't know exactly how it works. But anyway, there's always the potential that Galvatron is going to overcome whoever's controlling him on a joystick or whatnot and reclaim the Decepticons in his new powered-up form. So, psych! Megatron just owned the US government. What? Okay, so the next Decepticon we have is Lockdown, and it looks like he'll be retaining his bounty hunter status from the animated series. Once again, this is also something that I wanted. Not just the Dinobots, but also, or returning Megatron, but also Lockdown the bounty hunter. And apparently he transforms into a fancy muscle car. This is also something I wanted. So, yeah, they are totally catering to my needs, like telepathically or something. Yeah, like Major Awesome Sauce. And finally, we have the last confirmed Decepticon that we know of, the Decepticon Stinger, who's essentially Bumblebee's evil red clone built by the government guys. I guess he becomes a Decepticon or something. I don't know if he can talk or not. Maybe he just communicates the same way Bumblebee does. Maybe they don't know how to make vocal processors or something. I don't know. I don't care. Stinger is essentially evil Bumblebee, and he looks awesome. Majorly awesome. I don't want to try and spoil anything with possible theories, so I just want to be surprised by this in the end. There's also a Chevy Trax, supposedly. I don't know who that's supposed to be. Maybe it's the twins finally come back. It wasn't explained what happened to them in the movies. So that could be a lot of fun. Well, maybe not, but, a Chevy Trax is a Chevy Trax, and it's in a Transformers film, and apparently it's doing something I haven't the slightest idea, but it could still be cool. It'd still be pretty cool. And then we also have this, fancy big car and whatnot, and fancy red car or something. I really don't know. But maybe it's also a Chevy Trax or something, repainted red, but I know it's another Transformer. Possibly one the government made. Geez, I have no idea. So, now we have the new human cast. First, we have the major star, everyone's talking about him, Mark Wahlberg as Cade Yeager. And then we have his daughter, Tessa Yeager, played by some actress who I don't really know, I don't really care. Typical blonde in Transformers. Oh, you know what? That's something I realized. In every Transformers movie, there's a different blonde actress. Think about it. For the first film, we had Maggie, the Australian. She was blonde. And then the second movie, we had the Pretender, Alice. She's also blonde. And then we had Sam's new GF in the third movie. What was her name? Carly. She's blonde. And now we have Tessa, and she's blonde. You notice a pattern here? Notice a pattern? I think it's like the same way how Reno Wilson voices a different character in every film, and how Megatron has a different vehicle mode in every film. Because they're doing that again. In the first film, he had a Decepticon jet form. The second film, he had an altered tank. Third film, he had a beat-up truck. This film, he has a new souped-up truck. And everything. And Reno Wilson said he's doing voice work for the movie, so there's always potential there. So, man, I'm having so much fun talking about this. Seriously, just fun talking about all the good stuff, man. I mean, this is cool. Okay, so apparently Wahlberg has this sort of key weapon type thing. I don't know what the heck it's supposed to be or what it's supposed to do, but forget it, man. It looks cool. It just looks really cool. I want one. Where can I get one? Jeez. Alright, so anyway, the film basically has him essentially buying an old wreckage truck and keeping it in his garage so that he can cut it up for parts and sell it for stuff or whatever, so he can make his family some money and, the desperate man type thing. I don't really know how to put it. And then apparently, as it turns out, the old wreck is Optimus Prime, and apparently the government has been hunting down Autobots the last 4 years or something. And so, now they get involved because Optimus Prime is involved. And, what was it? So Optimus has basically lost faith in humanity because the humans are now trying to kill him despite all he's done to try and protect them over the years. And now it's sort of up to Cade, aka Wahlberg, to sort of rejuvenate his faith in humanity and all that stuff. So it's more character development, more bonding, more character establishing, and we are going in the direction of Transformers Animated. And that's cool because, once again, Transformers Animated is my favorite TV version of Transformers. Now, of course, I've always held the movies much higher than TF Animated, but at the same time, I really have to appreciate TF Animated for what it is, blah, blah, blah. It's still my favorite. It's still one of my all-time favorite shows. So, yeah, that's basically it. I've spent this entire time talking about Transformers, just rambling on about everything. I don't know a single actual detail apart from what I've already said, but I've had fun. Leave your comments in the comment section below. So, yeah, tons of fun. Yeah. I got nothing else to say. Okay, well, I do, but it's more material for other videos. This is Torrid Prime 217, signing out.